Welcome, welcome back to another episode of the GODSU Wednesday Icon Talk. Tonight, we're going to be interviewing Her Excellency, the Honorable Ambassador Dr. Stella Onuoha,
Yeah.
COKS, CDKA, CDSE, and she is the Director of Esterella Communications Group International, ECGI LLC. And I am yours truly, His Excellency Dakar, and I am the co host. And beside me, I have my co host and the founder of both God's You as well as the Wednesday Icon Talk. And tonight we have our whoop.
There it is, woman of power. That's who
Yes,
she is.
yes. So,
Muscle woman, brain woman, beautiful woman. That's what she is.
yes. So, without any further ado, please take us away.
Awesome, awesome. Well, before I say anything, I want to ask the lovely, beautiful, brilliant Ambassador Stella, how are you, mighty woman of God?
I'm great and highly favored.
That is wonderful. So great to have you here on our Wednesday Icon Talk as our special guest due to your schedule. Helping your clients all over the world, particularly those needing their credentials to travel back and forth from Nigeria. We have had to wait months to get this wonderful interview. And so let me tell you all a little bit about her. Ambassador Stella is over Esterella Communications Group International, which is a consulting and business facilitating company which encourages global trade. Estrella Visa Services assist her clients in obtaining travel visas to different countries. And right now, one of my favorite countries, Nigeria, she's doing a lot there. Prior to becoming a full-time entrepreneur, Dr. Stella worked in corporate America and with international organizations. As a community organizer, she volunteers both her time and resources. She has served and continues to serve on the board of several nonprofit organizations. Dr. Stella Onuoha was appointed as a Goodwill Ambassador by NFFI Jamaica, an NGO in special consultative status with the United Nations, ECOSOC. She's currently a Dean of Students and board member of Global Overday Seminary University, GODSU, and also a licensed chaplain. Dr. Stella holds a BA degree in modern European languages, an MBA, and 2 honorary PhDs. She is a natural-born comedian, a beautiful, and oh, can she dance? Oh my goodness, speaks several languages, enjoys traveling, singing, dancing, movies. She has won many awards, appeared on television shows, both here and in her home country of Nigeria and Nollywood. In 2010, she appeared on The Real Housewives of Washington, D.C. She's also done voiceovers for various organizations. Most importantly, as a domestic violence survivor, Ambassador Stella seeks ways to empower families by empowering women worldwide. She's a born-again Christian with a passion for children. She conducts Sunday school workshop for churches. Her guiding Bible verse is Proverbs 22:6, which says that if we train up a child in the way that he should go, he will never depart from it. And her 2 sons are evidence of that. Ambassador Stella is a prophetess, an intercessor, and a deliverance minister. She's the founder of Divine Favor Ministries, DFM, and in 2006, she was ordained as a pastor. Her favorite Bible verse paraphrased is Ephesians 3:20. God's power in us can do exceedingly abundantly above all we can ask or think. She currently lives in Dallas and has 2 adult sons, both college graduates. And she's featured in our many publications for the last, I believe it is 7 years. She has made our magazine, as you can see, 320 pages, and she's graced the cover as well as she's always been featured inside. So I know there's more to be said. This wonderful woman of God who I've known over a decade. Has it been that long, Dr.
Yes,
Stella?
it has. It definitely has.
Oh,
Definitely has.
goodness.
Dr. Diane, I'm just honored to be here tonight. I'm honored to be here. His Excellency Dakar, thank you for all the work you do for GODSU.
Yeah.
You know, I know I'm taking this away from you right now without waiting for the interview to start, but it's just that I believe God places people in your life that help you get to where you're supposed to be. And my story will not be complete without you, Ambassador Diane, because of what you've done, because of the ways God has used you to lift me up. So I cannot but give glory to God for this relationship, which I know is still unfolding, all to the glory of God. So, yes, it's been a long time. We've been friends and we've been through thick and thin together. And
Yes,
today we have a testimony. God's you.
we do. And I recall, it was 13 years ago, we were at the Embassy of Nigeria, and I asked everybody, who is that woman? You were such a boss. You were just floating through, and everything was just organized, everything was with excellence. And I asked the person there, I think it was one of your assistants, if I could have an appointment with you, and we set it up in the embassy, and that was it. We have been attached by the hip ever.
Yes.
And so I admire your journey. I admire, even when we used to talk about the ministries that you're doing, how you're helping, especially women with trade and raising your boys, on your own and doing everything the way God would have you to do. For those who don't know that, what has been the key to your journey to success? Just kind of help them through, because I know you so well.
Putting God first in everything you do. He starts the story, he ends the story. Everything in between is what he empowers you to do. So even when we have those challenges, we see them as challenges or we see them as problems. God sees them as stepping stones to our next level. So my story cannot be complete. My success, or whatever we call it now, is all attributed to God being first in everything I do. So I put God first, I put family second, then everything else I do falls in after that. So that's the secret to my success.
That was absolutely well said. And you've traveled with God's You all over this country. You've been with us in, whether we're in Atlanta, whether we're in Dallas, whether we're in Houston, Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, New York,
Sorry.
Florida, Fort
Yeah.
Lauderdale, Miami, everywhere the university goes, you've been there to build us up. And as one of the premier stepping stones, I never forget, um, 13 years ago when we talked about doing this, you said, you know what, just let me know, I am ready. And you never stopped. You're always there. You have two graduates, in fact, graduating in coming up in December, because that's the kind of person you are. You understand about building foundation. You understand about integrity and loyalty. Kind of tell me, what are some of the principles on which you have built your success? Because we talked about some of the Bible verses, but I've seen you in action. And wherever you go, you fill the room with your light and just with your integrity and your hard work. Just kind of tell us a little bit more about how you were brought up, that you have those strong principles.
Yeah, I was raised in a Christian home, and with my parents, it was important that whatever you do, honesty plays a big role for you. You didn't lie in my house. If you lied, my daddy would cut off your ears and place them somewhere else on your face if he had to remind you that you were to always speak the truth. And not just that, they raised us up to love people, because we were raised to believe that everybody is a child of God, first and foremost. Like we say in God's You, the race is one human race, right? And so for me, that's the way I see people. So I don't see colors, I don't see tribe, I don't see whatever. I just see you as a human being first. And my goal at all times is to, if I meet someone, I want to leave you better than I met you. Because that was what my parents instilled in us. You always made it better. You added value anywhere you went. If you were in church, you were part of the leaders in church. You were in the choir, you were in the ushers. Whatever you did to serve humanity, you did that. If you are at work, you're one of the lead persons, because you go above and beyond what the duty calls for. So it's not about working eye service, like we'd say people do what they call eye service. You see the boss coming, you put in some effort, he walks away, and you do what you want. We go with that dedication and commitment to anything we do. So that's how I was raised, and that's how I've raised my children. Whatever I do, I put my whole self into it. I try to be the best I can. The only problem with that, though, is sometimes we bite more than we can chew, because then you want to do everything and you want to help everyone and you find out you're spread thin. But the moment I'm able to get myself back, I'm like, okay, Stella, learn to say no, or you're saying no doesn't mean you're rejecting them. It's just that at that point in time, you're not able to be the best you can, because I always want to leave things better than I met them.
Oh,
So that has been one of the guiding principles for me. Love people, be honest, be your true self. And that's why anywhere you find me, the jolly go, how do you say it? Jolly go happy, or happy go
happy-go-lucky,
happy
brilliant.
go lucky. Thank you. I'm the jolly fellow you meet anywhere. So that's what it is. Even when it's work, I travel a lot. Like, we travel a lot. We go to different events and we're doing things. I still try to find some kind of fun in it. I
Yeah.
tell myself, yes, I'm working, but I'm also on vacation. So we mix everything. That way, the stress is not too much.
Tell,
Um,
tell me about the initiatives that you're doing with Esterella Communications in terms of helping our Nigerian brothers and sisters to ensure that they get their visas regardless of what's going on. I want you to tell everyone about your business and how they can reach you by email and by phone as well, because they need to know what the service that you're giving. Most people don't know where to get it. So what you're doing, you have a niche market and you're an expert, a subject matter expert at what you do. So give us a breakdown of what you do and how to reach you.
okay, part of what I do, because of the way the system is set up for you to renew your Nigerian passport for Nigerian nationals abroad, you have to go for biometrics. You have to go for fingerprints before you can get the passport. And most times, people live in different parts of. We know the U.S. is big. Texas alone is a country on its own. So what I try to do is in order to bridge the gap for people, rather than have everyone traveling to the consulates and to the embassies, or to our embassy in Washington, D.C., or we have a consulate in New York and we have one in Atlanta. So rather than have people travel all the time to the embassy, I bring the embassy to the community. So what we do is we organize what we call passport intervention exercises, where we have the community come together. The local leaders in any state will go to pull people together, and I bring the embassy to go and do their biometrics for them. So it's a mobile, we'll go with the mobile machines, get that done, then they take it back to their office to print and then mail the passports back to the owners. So we do that to have, that's one of the community activities that I do. And I started that back in 2010. It was my initiative when I was in the embassy. And then the embassy, the government will send people from Nigeria to the US to come do the biometrics for our people in DC. And from there, we spread on to other states. So I do that. And then the visa services will help you get your applications for visas in. Whatever difficulties you have, we kind of bridge the gap. At Esterella Communications, Esterella Visa will say, we are not done until you're happy. We'll help make your life easy, and we'll take away your pre-travel stress. Those are the slogans we use in our business. So the goal is to get you visas to Ghana, to Nigeria, to Sierra Leone, I do visas to China, we do Australian, though the Australian visas for most countries, they are electronic. Some come to Brazil, we do visas to Brazil, to India. So those are just some of the countries, not just Nigeria, but you have to live in the US. You have to be resident in the US or be a citizen for you to leave to get a visa to other countries. So we don't do visas into the US, except it's for special events where we now write a letter to the embassy to say there's an event going on, like the GODSU graduations, where we'll do a letter to our students that are coming in. That's, they know they come, they do what they are here for, and they leave, because we don't want to be doing any form of human trafficking or bringing people in and having them overstay their visas. That is very important to us. So as work with GODSU, when we bring in our people for graduations, the same way we'll try to do what we can to make sure that no one violates the laws of the land while getting what services they need from us. So my email address, or our website actually is esterellacommunications.com. We have a website. You can send an email to Esterella Communications LLC. And Esterella is, I know people spell it Estrella. That's the Spanish version, but mine is Esterella. So it's Esterella. And Esterella means star, which is the same as my name, but that's the name God gave to me for the company. So we're Esterella Communications Group International. Under that, we have Esterella Visa Services. We have Esterella Energy. I'm into oil and gas also. And actually, I have, with my partner in Nigeria, we have a location to sell crude oil for NNPC, on behalf of NNPC. So I have Esterella Energy with my authority to sell. That's another topic. But in addition to this, we consult for companies. I represent, our company also represents some companies, American companies in Nigeria. We have one of the security outfits, security companies in New York, where their African regional director, or I'm the African regional director, and we help them market their security equipment in Africa, not just in Nigeria. So it's a lot of things we do and a lot of things we are doing. That's why it's a group.
Right. That is outstanding that you're doing all these wonderful things and heading up all these teams and these companies. And I've met some of your partners and they're excellent as well, just top class. I want to ask you, what was your graduation experience at GODSU when you graduated to GODSU?
Oh my goodness, that was an awesome, how do I explain it now? That was a beautiful day, still fresh in my mind. And I still go back to some of the videos, some of my guests that covered the video. I still go back to watch where I was dancing and happy to get my award and, walking across stage. And it's just, I see GODSU, like I've said to you, Dr. Diane, that God used you and God has used you and continues to use you to lift people up to where they should be. Many people start out as little girls, as little children, we have dreams. Some want to be doctors. You ask a 3-year-old or 5-year-old, what do you want to be when you grow up, right? She says, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be this, I want to be that. And then somewhere along the line, between that dream as a child and being an adult, sometimes we lose focus, or our life pushes us in a way that's not the way we really want to be or where we want to go. So you find yourself doing other things. Somehow, in the end, God has a way. That's why I said at the beginning, God is the beginning, He's the end. He has a way of connecting. So through my connection with GODSU, God gave me the things. I always wanted to get my PhD. I did my master's. I have an MBA in finance. I had actually started a program for my PhD when I came into the relationship with you. And through you, I've gotten 2 honorary doctorate degrees. Not that I cannot go to school and study them. No, that's not the issue. It's just that time and having 2 kids in college at the same time and being a single mom, a domestic violence survivor, and every other thing that was happening at the same time, it wasn't very convenient to go back to school to get a PhD to finish up what I was doing. So the program that you helped me bridge through GODSU, by taking everything I've done, my classwork and my life experience and my years of work experience, putting them together to say, hey, listen, if you were in school for this many years for a PhD, you would have 10 PhDs by now, because the experience of life and the experience of your jobs and the experience of school, even the ones I did, the first degree, the master's, the several certifications, IT, here and there that I've done. I was even in school for ultrasound. I had one more semester to finish in school. So all that, if you put it together and you make it a PhD course, I can teach any course and be an expert in that field.
Most definitely, you are an expert in terms of international trade, which was, your specialty, as well as the charitable work that you've done. You've also had to do our diploma course. Everybody who comes through our program has to do a earned diploma course, and you did that with the chaplaincy. You are indeed an example for many to look up to. I wanted to ask you, and now that you've completed your programs, because I was at 2 different universities and both times I nominated you, I want to ask you, how has your association with Global Over Seminary University affected your definite purpose as you look towards the goal and you look towards knowing why you were born and why you were here? How has it brought you closer to what God has brought you on this earth for?
Because of what I have benefited from my association with GODSU, I know I can bring about the same benefits to other people. So what I do and what I've focused on doing all these years is introduce people to, you know how Jesus says, you've been forgiven or you've been blessed, go and share with others. You don't keep your blessings to yourself alone. You go and share, go and do likewise. If you know what they've done for you, go do likewise, go do for others. And that's what I try to do with GODSU. For me, every challenge, anybody I meet, everybody has issues, no matter the way you look at them. But for me, if you come to me, or if I come across you and I see there is a way I can help you, I don't withhold that help. That is what, so for me, introducing people to GODSU, bringing people to say, hey, come see the person that told me everything I've ever done, like the woman of Samaria. When she met, she said, I perceive you're a prophet. She went out, she became an evangelist, right? She's like, come see, I've met a prophet. So the same way, I've come, I've tasted and seen that God is good. So I'm out there now being an evangelist for God. She's saying, hey, come taste and see that God is good.
That's beautiful. And we want to let everybody know that we want to uplift Ambassador Dr. Stella's business. Let me tell you something. To know who this woman is, you go to Dallas. She is like the not only the ambassador, but she's like the mayor of Dallas. Everybody knows her, everybody loves her. And the same thing when she was in DC. So wherever she goes, the Spirit of God is in her and it attracts the best people. And you've just been a blessing to us, Ambassador Stella. And so I want you to tell everybody again how to reach you by email, how to reach you by phone, and the various things that you do so we can uplift and promote your business.
You can send me an email always, Stella Onuoha @gmail.com. And that's my first name, Stella, Onuoha, Onuoha, Onuoha. So STELLAONUOHA, Stella Onuoha @gmail.com. I would read those emails. I read my emails 29 hours a day. You send an email to the website you go to our website, EsterellaCommunications.com, or if you send an email to the, or you call our number, 240-393-9255, 240-393-9255. We've had that number for over 20 years and it's all over the place. Everyone has that number. If you go online and you Google Stella Onuoha, you will find me. I'm all over the internet, for good, for bad, for ugly. It's all there. You'll find everything. But I know most times you only see me for good, no ugly.
Beautiful. because if not, they have to deal with me. So.
Yeah, okay. So you find us, thank you, Dr. D. You get our information online. You find me, I'm on Facebook, Ambassador Dr. Stella Onuoha. I'm on WhatsApp. I'm not on Twitter. My kids told me to stay away from Twitter, so I'm not tweeting at midnight. But so I'm on WhatsApp, I'm on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn, Stella Onuoha, Dr. Stella Onuoha. I'm on where else? I'm everywhere. Just Google Stella, Ambassador Dr. Stella Onuoha. I think that sets me apart from other Stella Onuohas on Facebook, because we have almost 15 of us, Stella Onuoha. But if you put Ambassador Dr. Stella Onuoha or Esterella Visa Services or Esterella Communications, it will find us. And remember, our Esterella is Esterella, Esterella Communications. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This has been wonderful. It's like we learn more about you every time I talk to you. I know I talked to you last week, and you're doing something that to expand on what you're doing already. You're always growing, and that's wonderful. So with that said, this is her, Ambassador Dr. Her Excellency Stella Onuoha. That's right, Chaplain, and of course our beloved the beloved board here at GODSU and one of our deans. So I know that we have our top 20 volunteers coming up. So I'm going to hand it over to my handsome co-host, His Excellency Dakar. Please take it away.
Thank you. Now let's get started with our outstanding global workers. This week, we have helping with community service, Queen Mother, Her Excellency, Dr. Dolores Blakely, President of New Future Foundation, Inc. And we have Natalie Moore, who is a member of NFFI-JA. We have Reverend Dr. Robert A. Spicer, Senior Chaplain and CEO of Restorative Strategies, LLC, helping with public relationships for GODSU. We have the following helping with administrative work: Vice Chancellor, His Excellency Dr. Moore-Eubanks Chaplin, who is CEO of Global Alliance Technical Services. We have Vice Provost, His Excellency Reverend Dr. Joseph Hickman Chaplin, who is founder of JH Global Consultancy, followed by Director, Her Excellency Cairo Dr. Eubanks, UN CSR CLC CEC Chaplain, Dr. Cheryl Wood Chaplain, founder and president of Vocalize Women Speakers Academy and Executive Communication and Presentation. We have Miss Black Florida Talented Teen, the Miss Black USA title holder for the Sunshine State, Sudan A.L. Eubanks, who is CEO of Sudan Dolls Games and Apps. We have the following helping with public relationships for GODSU: Assistant Dean Imam Dr. Salahuddin Muhammad Chaplain, who is founder of Muhammad's Marriage and Relationship Services. We have Bishop Dr. Reginald Benjamin Chaplain, pastor, CEO, and bishop of Lighthouse Christian Fellowship Center. Dean Reverend Dr. Anne-Marie Wilkinson Chaplain, who is CEO of Shop Fashion Focus. Designate Dr. Deacon Patricia Page Chaplain, who is CEO of Patricia's Inspirational Learning and Training Center, CEO of Patricia's House of Fashion. We have Assistant Dean Dr. Patrick Freeman Chaplain, Chairman and CEO of Artesian Development LLC, Rochester Chargers NFL. Reverend Dr. Robert A. Spicer, Senior Chaplain and CEO of Restorative Strategies LLC. We have Assistant Dean Dr. Edna Harvin Battle, Chaplain and CEO of Gen J Consultant, GODSU Administrative Assistant, Her Excellency Dr. Arlene Spann Chaplain, who's founder of Arlene Sweats. We have Assistant Dean Dr. Charles Olawale, Principal Consultant at Graffiti Consultant Inc., MFL Commissioner of Africa. We have Attorney Andrea Moore Esquire, GODSU Jamaica spokesperson of NFFI Jamaica. Peter Rock Ike Onwuka Smarty, who is president of Africa Informer. And we have Reverend Dr. Lilithia Davis Chaplin, who is CEO and founder of the Or to Live in Overflow.
Great day, everyone. It is an honor to be among God's people once and again. I am the distinguished graduate of August the 2020 GODSU seminary and university class of chaplains, and I'm so excited, chaplains and doctorate honorable doctorate degree. And I am just honored to be a part of GODSU. I am the CEO and founder of Dior, which is Hebrew for free, to live in overflow. I come as an intercessor that stands in the gap for God's people, and many people, not all of God's people, that you do not have to stay in bondage. You do not have to stay in a place where you're stuck and you can't live in the freeness of the promises of God. And so with that, I offer also some Christian gifts, tallit prayer shawls, and anointed oil, with unique bottles and all sorts of Christian gifts. Also, I am the owner of Dior to Live in Overflow of Financial Freedom. And that is a business that helps you with your credit. I believe that when I was at a score of 577 and now at a score of 795 in a matter of months, in a matter of 4 to 5 months, I believe that I am now free to live in the overflow of God's financial blessings. And I want to do the same for you. I want to help you see that you can make a change for the good. And so you can reach me at live at 47@hotmail.com. And you may also give me a call. I'd love to hear from you at 346-224-0784. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Outstanding.
And next up, we have helping with public relations for GODSU, Dr. Shirley Barlow Chaplin, who is founder and director of Seed Academy.
I am Dr. Shirley Barlow Chaplin. I am the founder and director of Seed Academy, a summer enrichment program for students 5 to 14. I am also an inspirational leader. I've also been out sharing God's word, feeding the hungry, and also consoling those who are going through this turbulent time. I can be reached at Shirley Barlow at msn.com. Phone number, if you need someone to talk to, someone to have an inspirational word, give me a call at 404-272-6669. Again, I am Shirley Barlow, a retired also educator, and also sharing God's word with others in need and those who just need a word of comfort. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And now we have myself helping with administrative work, Director His Excellency Dakar, and I am the CEO of Dakar Marketing Tools. And here we help you with your magazines. We do magazines. Yes. We do African American Bibles, and we do branded golf shirts as well as branded jackets. I know both of these ladies have their GODSU jackets as well. You see them wearing them. And we also do virtual backgrounds as well. And we do both printed and virtual business cards. And we also turn your brick and mortar into an e-commerce platform. And now I want to hand it over to my co-host, the who is our GODSU Chancellor, the Right Honorable Her Excellency, Reverend Dr. Diane Moore-Eubanks, JD Chaplain. Please take us away.
Thank you so much, so much. You know, I just love the excitement and the vigor of coming on the God Success Teach and Pray Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 8 a.m. And of course, coming here every Wednesday with the Wednesday Icon Talk. It is absolutely exciting, not to mention our courses that we teach in the evenings. Whether you're coming for Dr. Michael V. Roberts, Action 2.0, or you're coming because you want to learn about the various chaplaincies, which we have. We have love and spiritual chaplaincies. We have the Christian chaplaincy, and we also have the Islamic chaplaincy. We have many classes on African studies, cybersecurity. We have classes specifically on theology, divinity, on and on and on. But most importantly is that we want to give you an opportunity to learn and be an expert in all the various areas that are going to take you to the next level in your life. These 20 people that were featured here today, why we feature them is because they're the ones that told you about us. They brought you to us. They're the ones that gave us your email, your phone numbers, your name, how to reach you, what programs you're interested in. And so we'd like to extend a special appreciation to all the GODSU leaders that you just heard their names read, or they were special and we allowed them to come on and actually speak to you. Such as Dr. Shirley Barlow, Chaplain, who's been with us for years, and she just chaplaincies every single day. Recently, she was able to help Morris Brown, her alma mater, to get their full accreditation back after 20 plus years. These are the works that we do. We help others. That's what we do here at GODSU. We do not believe in competing with others. We believe in collaborating with others. We believe in ensuring that others elevate and promote themselves. And so we thank you all for all the hours that you volunteered. We especially thank you for providing us nominees. We're so grateful that you gave us an opportunity to get to know you, and also that you're adding more workers of God here to the GODSU database. So thank you to all of you for being on the sound of my voice and for registering for our educational programs. I am your humble servant here at GODSU, the Chancellor, Her Excellency, Dr. Diane Moore-Eubanks. I'm also the Provost at our Christian Seminary, Global Bible Institute. I'm an executive board member for the Minor Football League, which is the only developmental professional football league that leads into the NFL. I'm also the first female owner to acquire a professional football team. Under the MFL, the name of my team is the Fort Lauderdale 49ers. And so as the only female owner who daddy didn't give me, husband didn't give me, but acquired it, I'm so pleased that the MFL is a laboratory for change. It's the first at doing so many things, giving so many people of color an opportunity for ownership, an opportunity for entrepreneurship, and for changing their communities. I'm so grateful. I'm also a licensed financial service advisor within Vida Financial Network. How many of us, need to learn how money works, need to learn about financial literacy? We definitely need to plan for retirement or annuities and learn how to make members of our family, including ourselves, our children, grandchildren, banks where you can borrow from yourself, but you have to start. Those accounts, you need to open them now, sooner, not later. We cannot be jealous of other people who build legacies and start $1 a day. And when their children are 20, 30 years old, they're worth millions of dollars when we didn't do it. And now that we have an opportunity, can we complain? No, we can't. We have to just go ahead and get started. I am also the president for the New Future Foundation, Inc., the Jamaica chapter, where we were asked by Queen Mother Dolores Blakely, who you saw her represented earlier, to start a chapter, and we created that chapter in Jamaica under her tutelage, and were able to do some great things. And we actually empowered, aspired, and mentored another group who is now giving 1,700 computers to a high school in Jamaica, based on the work that we've done with them. So, even when you can't do the work yourself, you can inspire others. You can teach others to go out there and do it as well. So I'm so pleased to be here with you at GODSU. And I really want to thank our wonderful woman of power on this Wednesday icon, Ambassador Her Excellency Stella Onuoha, for being here with us today. And God continue to bless her. And we have some other messages for you, but please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Don't leave unless you share this with others. Don't leave unless you comment, and ensure that others hear about this as well. And we have some messages for you. Don't forget, we have graduation. That's December the 11th through the 12th for those who are spectators, and those who are graduating, it's the 10th through the 12th. I am dressed in my regalia to remind you all to make sure you're doing the same. Ensure you're getting ready for this ascension that God is giving you, this great elevation. So don't leave. We have some messages. And thank you so much to my handsome co-host here, His Excellency Dakar, for all the work he's done, all the production, all the graphics. Everything you see here was done by Dakar Marketing Tools. So thank you, sir.
Yes, you're welcome. Hi, I am His Excellency Dakar, and I am Director of Operations at GODSU, and I am the CEO of Dakar Marketing Tools.
Hi, I'm Diane Eubanks. I'm the CEO and founder of Sudan Dolls and Sudan Apps. I'm also a huge community service person, so I founded Reading with Words.
Hello, my name is Stella Onuoha. I'm the Director of the Junior Ambassador Program here at GODSU. I'm also Miss Broward County and the CEO of Cairo Speaks Cairo Rights.
Hi, I'm Dr. Willis Eubanks, Vice Chancellor of Global Overday Seminary University, as well as CEO of Global Alliance Technical Services. Thank you and welcome.
I am Her Excellency, Reverend Dr. Diane Moore-Eubanks, and we are the leaders, some of the leaders here at Global Open Day Seminary University, and we want to invite you to join us for our upcoming Empower You conference, and we have information if you would like to register and be a part of us. Do we love them here at GODSU? Yes! God bless you, and please listen to the information we have afterwards. Thank you.
Global Ovid Day Seminary and University GODSU is a 501c3 interfaith e-learning Global Florida Department of Education Commission of Independent Studies approved degree issuing religious institution of higher learning under Florida Statute 1005.061F in Miramar, Florida, a suburb of Fort Lauderdale suburbs. Our curricula include programs like our theology diploma, bachelor's, master's, and PhD programs, which are designed for students called to the ministries of teaching and preaching. Program enrollees include pastors, evangelists, missionaries, and laypersons. Our additional courses: entrepreneurial studies, premier self-development courses on wealth building. We also offer a mini course for youth, the Junior Ambassador Youth Public Speaking, to gain professional and personal skills. Chaplaincy Diploma, Love and Spiritual, Interfaith, and Christian programs. Chaplains are trained, certified leaders attached to either a religious and/or non-religious institution or organization. cybersecurity IT courses. Our licensed instructor has a 95% pass rate compared to the 30% national average for CompTIA accredited courses, such as Security Plus and Network Plus. 40% of our alum who've gone through our prestigious GODSU honors programs have also previously matriculated through their earned doctorate programs. Our alum include physicians, ambassadors, statesmen and stateswomen, icons and billionaires, religious leaders, titans in business, global philanthropists such as Ambassador of Ghana to the United States, His Excellency Dr. Bafor A.J. Bewa, Ambassador of Nigeria to the United States, His Excellency Dr. Sylvanus Musafor, billionaire builder and dean, His Excellency Dr. Michael V. Roberts, former Maritime Minister, Government of Nigeria, Honorable Dr. Leke Olawale, President of Fraser Net and Fraser Nation and Power Networking Conference, Dean, His Excellency Dr. George Fraser. Our world-class and esteemed professors include Attorney Her Excellency Reverend Dr. Diane Moore-Eubanks, PhD, Chancellor, Physician Dr. Eric Bizetsky, Clinical Health and Nutrition and GODSU Medical Expert, Physician Her Excellency Rhoda Makinde, PhD, Chief Medical Doctor, GODSU, Medical Missions, Dean Michael V. Roberts, JD, PhD, Dean of Entrepreneurship Studies, Dean George Fraser, PhD, Personal Development Studies, Dean Kyra Eubanks, Dean of Junior Ambassador, Professor Willis Eubanks, PhD, Dean of Cybersecurity Program, Professor Reverend Dr. Joseph Hickman, Associate Professor, Theology Program, Professor Imam Dr. Talib Sharif, Professor Interfaith Program and Chaplaincy, Professor Reverend Dr. William Blake, Theology Program Curriculum Development, Professor His Excellency Dakar, Ethical and Successful Marketing Technique, Entrepreneurial Studies.